Alright, if you want to set up Windows 10 servicing, you can come to the Software Library, Windows 10 Servicing tab, and up front you'll see a chart that will give you a readout of all the machines that are in inventory that are 1511. In this case there's 705. You can actually turn these off, so if you don't want to see any of the 1507 or the LTSB or others, you can see they turn off on the graph. Same thing with release ready versus business ready and long-term service branching, which we have one machine. For better explanation, you've got release ready, business ready, and of course end of life or long-term service branching. If you got any questions about that, you can ask me directly. But if you want to deploy a feature update, you can either do it at an individual level, which you can come to the All Windows 10 Upgrades, select your appropriate update that you want to deploy, and right-click Deploy. It's going to give a name. You can change that if you want, and you can deploy against a collection of machines of your choosing. You can make it available if you want, and you can specify the availability time frame. Any deadlines that you want to meet, say 2 months afterwards it'll self-install, or as soon as possible, and the user experience that they will see. If you want them to see any restarts and you want to ignore maintenance windows and push out with a restart, if a restart is required, which in these cases they would be. Any alerts and download settings, I generally select these and then continue. And then that deployment will go against those machines or any machines that go into that collection in the future. You can also set up a servicing plan if that's something that interests you. So when the next version of Windows 10 comes out, you won't have to deploy it, it'll automatically deploy. So a servicing plan is basically an ADR, automatic deployment role, which based on criteria will deploy automatically to a collection. So in this case, let's choose the same collection. And what branch do we want? As a note, you can also delay it for up to 120 days after it's released. So if you want to go release ready, but you don't want it to actually deploy until a month after it's released, you can delay it by 31 days. Now in here it's going to find out, allow you to specify which updates you actually want. If you do a preview, you're going to see there's going to be 544 different updates, which include basically every version of Windows 10, the Enterprise N version 1511. We want to narrow this. So what we're going to do is, let's choose a language. And just by previewing, we see we narrowed it down to 34. But if we know where all our machines are just going to be Enterprise, we can actually just choose a naming scheme of a title. Let me say Enterprise version. You can see that narrowed it down to 4. So in this case I'm going to be deploying anything that says Enterprise -space version, which will grab 1511 and 1703. If you want, you can also say anything that is required greater than 1, which will grab the exact one that we're looking for. And when the next version comes out, it will also grab that. And again, that required field is 802 machines require this update. Go ahead and hit next. Same settings as before. How do you want the behavior? The experience to the user. But in this case, since we're going to be downloading updates from Microsoft, we need to put it to a package. I've already set aside this package that anyone can use. And tell it to download from the internet. Language is already defined. And that's it. So now in this case, all machines that are in that collection that we deployed this against will get all updates and all future updates based on the criteria. Let me know if you have any questions.